Okay, so we're gonna put together some vignettes for you guys. We love these trays, we've already said it, and they are great to use all over your house, especially in bedrooms, dining rooms, entryways, side tables.
We've talked a lot about layering. You may have side tables and coffee tables, especially if you have kids that have some damage on the top and you want things to look new. Trays,
Yes.
A great way to take care of that issue without having to replace it, especially when we're getting ready to move.
The important thing about the vignettes is to remember we don't want it to look cluttered. Typically, these are all pretty average size trays. Typically, you don't want more than 3 or 4 things on a tray, and you really want a variety in heights, not stuff.
I'm all about odd numbers, to be honest, so I will really try to do 3s or 5s. I just think it's easier to make it look more balanced. So let's start with my favorite. So I'm a contemporary girl. I love this black and white. Let's start with this and think about what would go with it. I pulled stuff just from all over the house and put it on the island. So literally, we're pulling from everywhere. Some of this stuff was in the bathroom, some of this stuff was totally different places, and it might end up on a dining room table. So again, we're thinking big, and again, we're looking at things and saying, do I love it? Can I use it? Or is it time to go to a home that will love it more? So on this one, I'm thinking we make this one for someone that wants to do some drinks. So what we're looking for is I'm looking for clear or black or white. When we're doing contemporary, we're not gonna do tons of color. So if your home is contemporary, you're gonna stick with that, okay? Now this still looks like we're missing something. It's looking a little empty. So
we need a little bit of height too.
All right.
This one is looking a little bit,
and I don't wanna do color because this is the monochromatic. So when I don't wanna do color, I do metals. So even though everything's black and white and silver, gold will mix in there because it's a metallic, okay? So I like that one. Farmhouse, oh my gosh, super popular, right? Anybody watch Chip and Joanna and all of the Magnolias? These are candlesticks. I did not like the candles on them. They were not the color I was preferring. So I stole the candlesticks, put the candles to a new home. So I'm gonna do this. And then there's things like you could set this fern on here, but I only have one fern and I need them to go together. So I'm gonna look for pears. So, that was ironic, pear. So let's do this pear. Let's do some flowers. And then it still needs some greenery. So let's look what that looks. Oh yeah, so see how cute that is? So we're bringing the wood back up here. We're using an opposite material. Again, on this tray, you have wood and metal. You want to really think about your elements a lot too. So when you think about elements, you're thinking of wood, metal, water. Water is going to show up as glass. So in this one, we have a lot of water type of textures. This looks like water, so we needed the metal to balance it out, and we needed a little bit of this kind of wood feel, okay? So now let's look at traditional.
How'd I do? Does this look okay?
I think maybe we can look at some more options. This one is a metal tray. This is actually kind of fun because we could actually hang this on a wall too because it's reflective. So we've talked a lot about mirrors, but you can also use reflective material to make things look bigger. So a lot of times I'll lay a mirror down on a table and that will reflect, or we can use it vice versa. I love orange. Okay, that's way too big. Do you see that proportion? That's not gonna work out. So I like this.
Fresh flowers, can't ever go wrong with those.
Then let's do this. Oh my gosh, that apple does not like me. Okay, well, so the problem with this is it's all one height. So now we're gonna have to think of a solution. I think that one's too tall, but look at this. So let's go ahead and use this as a prop to prop this up higher, right? And then let's put this down here. Oh, good. So do you see how, I think of it as a city line. So I think of it as city line buildings so that you have this kind of up and down. So we have basically 3 items that are showcased there. We do have 4. We have an even number, and Annette said she didn't like even numbers. Oh, and look, we have 4 again. So maybe Kelly's more right than Annette. So the big point here is if you do anything that has glasses, have to. Most people want to be paired. If it's a single woman, she's probably still looking for a mate, or a single man. So those are kind of not conscious things, but things that are in the back of people's minds. So anytime you're doing glasses, make sure you have pairs of them. I like things in twos because everybody wants to connect with somebody. So the more you can kind of have these kind of two things on each tray, the more it helps. Now we can take this tray like this and we can put it at the foot of a bed. We can put it on a table. We can do, these are called vignettes. So now instead of having a bunch of random clutter, it's now become a piece, an art piece. So that's how vignettes can help us make a home be more comfortable, be more exciting, and inspire our new buyers.